Good morning. This is Lori from the Pink Girly channel. I don't know why I always say that. I always say Pink Girly channel. And I used to always say chipboard. I'm trying to break myself of the habit, but I'm not doing too well. I hope everyone is well. Just seeing what's going on here. Finding myself on YouTube. Giving myself a thumbs up. That can't hurt, right? All right. Well, I was a little conflicted about what to call today's live. So I just went with tying up some loose ends because I've got a couple of things that I've worked on, haven't finished, that kind of stuff. Hi, Judy. Hi, Clint. Hi, Angie. So the first thing I thought I would show, there goes the phone ring-a-ding-dinging. That's my mama. That's my mama dinging the phone. I don't know. Hi, Peggy. I don't know how to get, I turn my sound all the way down, but I guess I have to go in and turn off notifications for it not to ding while I'm live, right? I don't know. Anywho, this is, I think, my finished bug page. So what I did, I didn't add any more bugs per se. What I did, oh, this guy's still loose. Look, you know what? I don't think that's stuck. Because this guy was loose too. I stuck him down. All right, let me do a restick. But I went in and I stamped some ants, kind of marching in a line. And hi, Barbara. Good morning. Good morning. And then I finally found my Dragonfly Stamp. I love that little Dragonfly Stamp. So I finally located him. And I did stamp him in gold, as you see. That was my plan. And then I went around the page with gold. It's a Deco Art metallic gold. Comes in a big pot. So I just took that on a Q-tip and I edged my pages. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be done. I'm in the mood to sew. Very good. Hi, Joyce. Boy, it's nice to see you. Thanks for coming in. Go ahead and sew, Ange. Gotta do it when you're in the mood. Peggy's doing some laundry. Barb, what do you got going? What you got on the stove? You got anything cooking? Or is you cooking? So that's that. So that's one loose end, if you will. All right. So I'm not going to shut that because I just glued that little guy. I'm going to sit that over here on my waste bin because I use that for a shelf. And then I was thinking if I can see where I put, I started this guy. This was a while ago. I took some paper, scrapbook paper, and I cut a couple of different sizes. And then the whole thing's loose. Okay. And then I made some gussets, right? I think in hindsight, what I should have done was, see this gusset kind of, no domestic duties at this time. Just very good. Let's see. I kind of glued this gusset together. That's not good. There we go. I think I could have done this better, but alas, I did not. Let me see. What was I thinking? I think the first one I did, I kind of glued my pages together and then gusseted. And what I should have done was just gusseted so I had a lot more room. I'm just trying to see. Yeah, see, like this one here. I put these pages I cut out back to back with no gusset in between. Well, that was silly because that's wasted space. So then I wised up and I started to put the gusset in between the pages. And then I went and put a hole and a little divot. Wasn't quite sure what direction I was going to go. I have a pocket over here. And I built this the size to fit inside a book, a gutted book. So today, very quickly, I think, methinks, I'm going to glue this down and let that dry. Hi, Beth. Nice to see you. Oh, Beth, I will respond to your message that you sent me about the little wheelie rolly stampy thing. I run mine on a stamp pad too sometimes, but you know what? You can only go so far and then it runs out of ink. So if you have the Stampin' Up ones and you have that little ink pad, you get a lot more mileage out of your little roller. But that's a very, very good tip there to run. If you have any of these wheelie things, these wheelie stamps, this is what I'm talking about with Beth, and you don't have the ink part to pop in, Jane Side Botham, oh my gosh, you can use a regular ink pad, as Beth mentioned on one of my, I think it was on my last live. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to Jane Sidebotham. Jane Sidebotham is a dear, dear friend, and Jane was the maid of honor in my wedding. Look, see, now I got this. And there's our Janet Nash from the UK. Good morning. Oh, it's good afternoon to Miss Nash. Janie, thanks for popping in. Okay, I'm going to fiddle with that wheelie thing later. I just engaged it and it popped up. Gail Ann, good morning, good morning. All right, so I thought I would do this while folks are popping in. And I put a pocket back here too. I put a couple of belly bands. And my idea for this project, here's another belly band, is to either store, you could store die cuts, and you can make this to size, whatever you might have that you need storage for. Maybe you have a shelf sitting near your workspace and you want to keep some ephemera, little bits, little cutouts, newspaper articles, anything, flat. You could put in some of your small acrylic stamp sets, really anything. So, and of course you could jazz this up and make it look as cool, but I wanted it to be able to open up and be, stand fairly flat, close flat, and if I wanted to, tie it. So what I'm thinking of now is I want to put maybe some ribbon underneath these flaps before I go ahead and glue them down. All right. I did reinforce my spine, so that's quite sturdy. Okay. So let's see. I have some black ribbon sitting right here, isn't it? It's a Craft Space Miracle. Welcome, welcome to everybody coming in. Now this isn't going to be real long because I just grabbed this and this was in my ribbon drawer, and that's okay. It looks like it's stitched. So let me just cut those little threads and see if I can get that bow off. And I'm going to see if this little scrap of ribbon is going to work. And if it does, I'm going to get out my Yes paste. I'm going to glue this down and then glue in my sides. Okay, I've got to flip down my stronger glasses. I already have one injury on my finger. It was not I did not get my injury by crafting and misusing a tool. What I did was trying to open a contact lens container, and mine come in little individual pots, and you have to peel up this tin foil. Well, it's got a loose flap, so you grab a hold of that, but then once you get it so far, you kind of have to twist it to get it to come off the plastic. And that bit of tin foil went right into my finger and sliced my finger open. It's the first time I did that. Of course, it was when we were ready to walk out the door. My husband had said to me earlier yesterday, I wonder what the kids are doing. I said, well, you could give our daughter a call, you know. So we did. Okay, I didn't do that real well. Look, this has got a stretchy band. Oh boy, that makes me, let me see. Maybe I want to think about this a little bit. So we ended up spending the day with the littles. Okay, so if I put this, see, I was thinking closing it and tying it. But if this has an elastic band in it, and this could grow, you know, as I stuff it, maybe that's a better way to go. But if I do that, I need this on the outside, do I not? Now, see, when I snipped it, I made a couple of holes. So I could restitch that. But see, the rest of it's not elastic. It was a lovely day, Janet. You know, we met them at a park, Tyler State Park, and my grandchildren are 7 and 4, and their dad was helping them fly a kite. And do you know my granddaughter, who is 7, knows the difference between using fabric scissors and paper scissors? And her mother doesn't sew. So I'm just wondering how she knows that. Just saying. Anywho, they were running, those kids, I don't remember as a kid never liking to run. And my grandchildren love to run. Miss Jane Sidebotham was my maid of honor. She's a dear friend, and this is the first time she's been in one of my streams. Janie. And it was a beautiful day here. It was just lovely. It was just an absolutely lovely day. A nice breeze for kite flying. Plenty of sun. And that's what I was singing, Gail. And the kids didn't know the song. Let's go fly a kite up to the highest height. Let's go fly a kite and send it soaring. How can they not know that? All right, I kind of want to get my ribbon up through the atmosphere, up where the air is clear. Actually, Miss Jane Sidebotham and I sang in we called it a gospel group from our church. Jane's really got a good voice. All right, so this is 8.5. So I want about, if I do 4 1/4, I just want to kind of have it the same on both sides. Yes, right, exactly, Beth. They need to watch that movie. I can't believe they haven't. I didn't ask my daughter. We were talking about a lot of different stuff. The kids were running here and there, and taking pop cookies because he was sitting over where they were flying the kite, and it's just a lot of activity when you're around kids that age. And my sisters will say, don't forget to take pictures, but you do. Like if you're wanting to take pictures, you have to stop and concentrate, and you miss out. So I forget to take pictures, but it was a good time. I know, right? I mean, my one nephew, who is now soon to be 36, when he was little, he ran everywhere. But I wasn't like that. My kids, I mean, they ran, but they didn't run all the time. These kids absolutely love to run. But see, their dad's athletic. He always liked basketball. Doesn't do too much of that anymore because the kids have him busy. He doesn't have a lot of time for that. But, okay, so I'm just putting a little smear of Yes Paste here. I've cut my ribbon in half. This is a nice Grosgain ribbon. So I'm going to, I want to get, I don't want it in too terribly far because it's not that long. I just need to be able to make a knot. But I don't want it too close to the edge because if the glue comes loose, I don't want it to, pull out. At least that's my thinking. So this is Yes Paste, if anybody is tuned in and not familiar. Oh, sounds like hubby's home. So I'm just using a palette knife because that's what I like. Bless you. Hubby just sneezed. And I'm going to glue this down. Oh, okay, Janie. I didn't think of that. I could have done that very easily. Jane doesn't live too far from my daughter. Our daughter, I should say. Okay, so I don't really, now I'm not going to glue this bottom part, so it'll be maybe like an accordion. And I'm going to put my glue paste down and just position this where I want it. And it sticks pretty quick, all right? And so that's what I'm going to do. Let's see, what are we saying here? Speaking of knots, just watch the salted pepper make garlic knots in the, oh, Barbara, that sounds yummy. I used to clean a house, and this fella had these things on the counter. He said I could take whatever I wanted while I was there, cleaning, right? 9 bowls in 2 days. Woohoo! Angie Brown, you are on fire, girl. And there were these things that look like donuts. So I tried one. It was a garlic knot, and they sell them in this town, Feasterville, not too far from where he lived. Oh. You know what, Jane? I'm not sure if Michael's carries Yes Paste. I got mine from Amazon. Maybe do any of the girls in chat know if you can get Yes Paste at Michael's? Anywho, what did Beth says I watched Calico Kathy walk on a farm in Kansas with her nephew and milk the cow. Oh my gosh, that's cool. That's cool. I thought you were going to talk about her doing her stream and having her granddaughter Emerson with her, because that's fun too. I would love to do that. My granddaughter would love that. My granddaughter thinks she's an expert in everything at 7. I said to my daughter yesterday, I said to her, what are you going to do when she gets to be a teenager? Because she's already, like, she knows everything. My daughter said, I think you're just going to have to commit me. Let's see. I'll have to watch that one. That would be cool. Hi, honey. The air conditioner didn't go on, but okay. We've had such a nice 2 days. We had the air conditioning off, and he said to me, "If you hear it go on, let him know." But it didn't. But it's starting to heat up a little bit here. All right, so I've glued that first side. And the yes paste, as I've said before, but Jane, you're new with this, or using this paste. It's like a big glue stick in a tub, kind of, really. Now, my thinking is putting this kind of a unit in a gutted book, I can just sit it on my shelf, Now I'm twirling. And I'm going to apply the yes paste here. Clint, are you still here? I haven't seen you in a while. I was wondering what you're up to there, buddy. Once I get scraping this yes paste, it gets so soft and it can move, so nicely. And then you can get a nice thin layer on it. I really do like it. And it sticks down so quick. With the liquid glue, sometimes you need some wiggle time, right? All right. Well, I've had a birthday. So I've had some birthday surprises. Oh, I forgot to bring out my one thing. Oh. I might have to go get it because I'm so excited about it. It was an extra special birthday treat. For me and my sisters. And the nice thing is if you get this on, you don't get it on too super thin, it doesn't dry out. You can still get, thanks, Beth. Janie, what have you been working on? What are you doing? What are you using rubber cement for? Inquiring minds would like to know. Okay, there we go. Oh, Barbara's singing to me. Thank you. No problem, kiddo. I tried to forget it myself. I hope you were somewhere fun. Okay, Janie. Janie, I'm the one that's not busy, so you have to tell me when works. All right, so this is another tied up loose end. So I'm going to leave that sit. And that's a little tight there, but that's okay. I'm going to see if I can zhuzh this just a little bit. Bethany Beach, very nice. See, and then as I stuff this and it gets a little tighter and maybe alligator mouthish, I can tie it shut if I want, or it's just going to slip on a shelf. And then I might cover that at some point, but you know what, right now that doesn't bother me. It's really just a storage tool. Originally, I was thinking I would lace ribbons through here to be able to close each pocket so that when I pull it out, the contents don't spill out. But I think I'm going to use it this way, see how it works, and go from there. All right, so it's 2 things finished. Whoop, 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 whoop. And now I'm going to show you what I got. A couple of birthday surprises. All right, so let me cap up my glue. I'm going to go grab the one item that I forgot to bring out, and I'm going to put this here so you don't get a blurred thing. Oh, Peggy, that's a very good thought, but I gotta be frank with you. My Keisha sales, you mean what I buy? Like the individual items, I buy way too much. But if you mean keeping record, I have a journal for that. I write those all in because there again, it's a lot. Okay, I'll be right back. I don't think I brought it out here. I pulled it, bring it out, and I did not. Okay, now you're going to get a true picture of how weird and silly I am. So I had some birthday money, and I was at Michael's, and I like to look at their clearance. I didn't really see a whole lot this time. I happened to be out and about, and I was near Michael's, so I just stopped in. Oh, you mean sell it? That might be an idea. And I went down, of course, the Tim Holtz aisle to see if they had a sale or anything. I need another one of these journals. Oh, look, I got yuck on it already. Like I need a hole in my head. But I opened it up and I touched the pages and I had to have it. So this is I think this was a Delusions one. And it's got a big envelope pocket in the front. Hi, Pam. Nice to see you. And then these pages are just dreamy. They're just absolutely, sorry for the ribbed lines on the plane. So I'm just going to do a bunch of different stuff in here. It's nice heavyweight paper, but not terrible heavy. It's very smooth, which is what I like, rather than say like a watercolor. And I'm going to decorate the cover, with napkins or whatever. I haven't decided yet. But see, look, I laid it down into some kind of yuck. So I got to clean that off. It's just like this. I had it at my mother's, so I don't know what I would have laid it in. Anyway, so I got myself that. I had a coupon, so that was even better. And then when I was coming out to go through the checkout, I saw the Somerset Studio, and I hadn't realized that they had these magazines at Michael's. So this is the August, September, October edition. And some of the things in, hi Rebecca, nice to see you. Some of the things in here are just to die for. And they've got these spotlights, and these are fabric tags. Look at this fabric book. I don't know if it's a tag book. I haven't read everything, of course. Tagged, sewn, and connected. So, I mean, this book makes your mouth water. And then they've got a couple of heavy pages. I was showing my mom. They have a couple of heavy pages in here. She's like, what are these heavy pages for? So you can pull those out and use them in a project. There's a couple more in here. There's some labels. I guess you can use. Look at her. Girl in a green dress. Just sketch the girl. Now this is, this person went outside and just gathered some leaves and some twigs and created like a trifold thing. This person is covering, the guts. When you gut a book, a lot of times you don't need those pages, so you either toss them or, but she's making use of the books she gutted. Look at this. This has, who remembers this? This has a IBM Select typewriter ball. You could change your fonts if anybody was a secretary. Yes, Janet's wonky hearts are the best for sure. And her wonky houses. Look at this. Now, on one of my streams, I decorated a frame. The last one we did a more of a punk, steampunk kind of look. But look how nice this one is. She stitched, she added paper, ribbon, old ribbon, piece of lace. See, I think that looks really cool. So these magazines are expensive, no doubt. Judio is in the house. Pica or Elite, yes ma'am. I spent many years fiddling with those little Select typewriter balls. Some of these ideas are just, and it's stuff you look at it and you think, oh, why didn't I think of that? Because, look at this. Like, I just love the stitching. I don't stitch that neatly, but isn't that cool? And sometimes, like, look at that little pink rose. Wouldn't you love to have that? Sometimes your napkin, you might have one flower that you really like, so you could do that with a napkin. Okay, Peggy, thanks for stopping in. It was nice to see you as well. Enjoy the rest of your day. I thought of Mary when I saw this page with the dollies. Little dollies. Now, see, when you look at that face, initially you might look at it and go, ugh, but then when you look at it more and with all the work that's done behind it, it's just beautiful. Apply a layer of gesso to Bristol paper and let it dry. Tear pieces of vintage wallpaper and adhere to the Bristol paper with matte gel medium. While the gel medium is still tacky, pull some of the pieces of paper. Apply acrylic paint, chalk paint, a crayon, or create an aged wall effect. Loosely draw a face and body. Build up the layers using paint and charcoal. Create loose flowers and leaves using paint and oil pastels. Add a halo with gold paint and a gold leaf. Here's some more papers. French words. Yes, please. Yes, please. Okay, I think these are Timmy people. Right? Timmy people. I know she's a Timmy person, but it looks like they should put a little bit of color on her. I don't feel like I have allergies, but today my eyes feel really weird. Oh, and these are cool because they're just so different. And then bright colors. Pork chops, mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes, and fried corn. I don't think I know what fried corn is, Ange. Enjoy, Ange. Look how cool these are. Look, just a bird. Now see this, I struggle with this. So that's what I did a bird. I'll show you in my new book. And this is where I got the idea from this magazine, right? So I sketched my bird here. See if I can get it to clear up. Oh, I might have to put my hand here. See, so I started to put some little squiggles and stuff in. But see, I struggle at that. You know, this like upscale doodling. Blank. I'm blank. No ideas. But of course she put color in. So there's tons of things in this book I want to do. Look at these. It doesn't get easier. You get stronger. Look in the mirror. That's your competition. I think there's a couple other ones. Look at this one. This was probably just something out of a magazine, perhaps. But they colored in the backs of her eyes and made them pink. Doesn't that look cool? I just think that's cool. So this was a treat for me. Of course, a little while back, I did order the Art Journaling magazine. Here's two more. These remind me of like Donna Reed people. Does anybody remember Donna Reed? Fall 7 times, stand up 8. Yes. I'd take a bullet for you, not in the head, but in the leg or something. More paper. So if you can do it, even if you just get one, you know, getting the year subscription, they can be pricey. Although right now I think these are on sale. Look at this. Like, where do you get these cutouts? This is a cutout. That bird. You know? So that was a treat to myself. Well, no, it was with birthday money. And then my sisters came over, spent the day, most of the day after I streamed on Friday, and they brought me some goodies. I had mentioned a few things that I'd like to have. You know, sometimes you just don't want to pull the trigger and spend the money on certain things. That's me. But I love Lavinia stamps. So I've been wanting this one. It looks like a fiddle fern. And I just love it. So I got that. Yes, the Art Journal magazine is very pricey. And I remember Colleen, AK, Avalanche. Was it AK Art now? Is she? No. CK Art. She used to be Scrap Girl. Or, yeah, something like that. I get confused with the name changes. And she said, you know, some of the magazines are good and some of them not so good. Well, you know, your interest is different, right? So it just depends. But I thought if I tried it for a year, I could just see, you know. You have them, Rebecca? I know, aren't they great? Even like just the little bubbles. They're just little bubbles and these kind of mushrooms. Stephanie G. Hi, Steffi. Yes, Scrap Chick. Thank you. Hi, Dana. Nice to see you. Welcome to everyone coming in. So that was one for my sisters. And then they got me this, which I just could die. Okay. They're just stitches. This is Tim Holtz, Stampers Anonymous. This one's just called Stitches. But look how cool. So I didn't want to... You are, Dana, you lucky girl. Vera Beach for a week. How nice. Jealous. So I really wanted these. I had gotten a set of stamps to mimic this because I didn't want to pull the trigger. So I purchased, and there's nothing wrong with these, girls. Nothing wrong with these stamps at all. They were just less expensive, and there's some really cute designs. I think I've used them twice. Before we go today, I'm going to give these away because I don't need two. Okay? So if somebody would kindly remind me before I end this afternoon, we're going to do a giveaway. And I got pulled away yesterday, so I didn't get Aunt back. My sisters are good. I'm not sure they're... I don't know if I was talking about somebody else who wasn't doing well, but my sisters are good. Thank you for asking. And thank you for my birthday wish. So they get me these. And then I said I really would like to have that bubble stamp that Tim just came out with. But again, it's not exorbitantly expensive, but, it's a little on the higher side of what I normally spend on a stamp. And it like flew out, and everywhere I've looked for it, nobody has it. So I wasn't expecting the bubble stamp. It's Bubbles. Stampers Anonymous again. And it comes with its own stamping board. Right? I didn't realize it was so big. I thought it was smaller. But it's really big. And you get your own stamper board. Thank you, Barbara. Right? So how cool is that? So I was so stinking excited that my sister Nancy, she's in between Jackie and I. Tiny bubbles in the water. So she's in the middle. I know, right, Gail? I had no idea. Like when they were hawking this, I don't remember anybody saying it had its own stamping board. So freaking cool. I cannot wait to use this. I have not tried them. So Nancy's in between Jackie and I. We are avid Phillies fans. The Phillies are a baseball team. And from the time I can remember, my dad was always a fan. My grandmother on my mom's side, our nanny, she was a fan. And we just have always liked that team. And they've not really ever been like, they're not like the Yankees, okay? They're just not. Anywho, but they're our team. And when I was probably in my early 20s, I guess it was 1980s. It was really a couple years before I had my children. So I guess I was a little older than in my early 20s. I had season tickets down to Phillies Park for just Sunday games. Okay, Janie, thanks for stopping in. Love you. Talk to you soon. And we had our own favorite players, and they won the World Series in 1980. Can't be any worse than the Cubs. Well, some days they are. And so when the Phillies game is on, usually most evenings, we're chatting back and forth and we're talking about the players and, oh, this is dumb and why do they do that? And, we're screaming and hooping and hollering, whatever. And the announcers are always talking about coming down to the game, and they have all these giveaways for the kids and stuff. And they recently had a giveaway. It was a replica of Mike Schmidt, who was their third baseman in the 80s. I mean, an amazing player. Happened to be Jackie's favorite player. They were doing a replica of his World Series ring. And we don't go to the ballpark anymore, okay? I mean, we could, but we don't. And it's been so hot. You go down there, sit in the heat. I mean, we're old, all right? And we were saying, oh my gosh, we would love to have, the Phillies, the Philadelphia Phillies. So we were saying to each other, we'd like to have, that replica ring. And the guys on the radio, not the radio, the TV, Tom McCarthy, and it just depends. Could be John Kruk or Ben Davis. It just depends who's, there. Ruben Amaro. They were saying what a nice giveaway this was. So Nancy was recently at her, I would say her best friend's son's wedding, and she was talking to Uncle Richie, who has some connection with the Phillies. I'm not sure what it is. And she was saying, oh man, we would love to have that ring. And he said, well, how many do you want? Well, lo and behold, we're sitting there celebrating my birthday, having lunch. And Nancy said, close your eyes and put out your hand. I have a surprise for you. And Jackie says, me too. And she said, yes, for both of you. So we close our eyes, put out our hand, and we feel this item being placed in our hand. And Nancy said, when I count to 3, open your eyes. So, being the good little girls that we are, bam! Uncle Richie got us a ring. So silly Lori, she's thinking it's like a little statue, you just sit in your room and look at and enjoy, unlike the hippopotamus song, to sit and enjoy. Sometimes I'm so dense, but I thought it was, just like a little trophy. We were screaming like schoolgirls. Yes, sisters, sisters, sisters. Lord help the mister. Remember that? Who comes between me and my sisters? And look, it comes out and you can wear it. I know. Can you imagine? And then when they're real, it's real gold and gems and stuff. So it's got 1980 on the side, Mike Schmidt. It's got the stadium. Huh? How about it? So then when I discovered it comes off, and I put it, I was howling. Okay. I know it's ridiculous, but we were so freaking excited. So the 3 of us took pictures, or 3 hands together wearing our rings. We sent a thank you to Uncle Richie. And now we wear it when they're playing to try to give them good luck. Okay? This was the best thing I got for my birthday. Okay? I'm just saying. I cannot even believe it. Go and study now. You can't say that to my sister Jackie, Beth, because she swears Mike Schmidt had a crush on her. But, we're trying to talk her into therapy. But so far, no luck. All right, so that's enough of that. All right, so they're my goodies. Had a very nice birthday, and there you have it. So now, on to the next tying up loose ends. I was going to do a standalone video for this, but you know what? I can't get my act together. I've got so many videos and things I want to do, and I just can't get to them all. And I just want to get this done because I'm excited about it. So a while ago, I was talking about, it was a live stream, and I was talking about doing pages that mimicked things that Robin McClendon were doing. She has this journal book that she uses, and she's got all kinds of stamping and inking and stuff on these pages, and then she just goes in and randomly picks a page and does a collage or whatever she wants to do with it. So I picked out some stamps that I liked. I inked and jelly plated. I don't even know if I jelly plated, scraped and stamped, and made all these pages that I personally, to me, I just think they're delicious. Okay. Now get some Angora ring to, oh, you know what? I got such a big mitt, Beth. That one fits me. It spins around my sister's hand, but I won't wear it for long because I don't want to yuck it up. But just wear it while they're playing. That'll be okay. But thank you. So, I had just a variety of papers that I wanted to use up, and some of them were pages that, I might have jelly plated and, didn't care for them, reworked some of them. And then when I was in Hobby Lobby, I saw a fabric that I on clearance. It was a remnant, and I just had to have it. And it's a big piece, and it was, I don't forget what it cost, but it wasn't cheap. And this is it. This is like an upholstery fabric, I guess. Okay. Getting calls from the hubby. Oh, yeah, some appliances are hard to get lately. That can be a challenge, Gail. Yeah. So, and I like the edge because it's got this on it. So I'm not sure how I'm going to work this out. But I want to cover my pages with that. Just a soft cover. Bye, Janie. They all have to be ordered. No, I was thinking that. Our brother-in-law had a hard time getting a refrigerator. Yeah. And so I just thought today I'm just going to do it because I just want to get this. I'm just so excited about getting this journal put together. Okay. You missed it this morning. I missed it too, Gail. Oh my. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Janet. So what I've done was there's so many here, and ideally you would punch your holes in all your pages at the same time so they line up exactly. There's just too many pages here for me to do that, right? So what I'm going to do is I have my catalog that I used for punching holes, which I need to find another catalog because I've really kind of worn this. And I'm just going to do sections. I'm going to take sections. Now, I know this is really fat. I'm going to make my fabric a little longer so I can wrap it, as it gets chubbier when I start actually working in it. Okay. So I'm just going to punch holes and hope for the best. Now, I did make myself a little guide. And I have my favorite pokey tool available. I found it and I have kept it in a safe space. So I forget how many pages I have here, but I'm not going to get too terribly anal about it. But I do want to make sure they're kind of all going the right way. I guess if some aren't, I can, correct that when I collage. I think I might have used some of the other pages that were kind of wonky or upside down. But I think I want this for my center. All right. Thanks, Gail. I mean, I just love the fabric. And then I'm going to decorate the front somehow. I'm not quite sure about that either. But see, here's some other pieces of fabric. A while ago, I had purchased fabric from Rosemary Morris, the Rusty Peacock. And the thing with Rosemary is, at least at that time, I don't know how she does it now. You can tell her what color scheme you like, and then she pulls, scraps and bits or whatever that match that, and she sends you a bundle. And, I thought it was a very, it was a good deal to me. I didn't think she charged that much. And she handpicked everything and all the colors that I told her, they all work together. So this is now this has been a couple of years ago. So this is some of that bundle. And I thought I might like to add that to my cover. Barbara says, Gail, our micro went ballistic last year, but fortunately we had a spare one we kept in our family room, which has a bar, but we don't entertain these days. So up to the kitchen it went. It's nice when you can have an extra. I know Rosemary's great. I'm still wanting to get some of her eco dyed paper. I'm going to do that one day. I just haven't done it yet. So purple and green, they're my two favorite colors. And I figured with that gray fabric, you know, I can wrap a bit of this around. So I'm going to see how that is. But that's my plan. Okay, so enough chitty chat. So I'm just going to take small sections really because I want to get, and they're folded, and this is my, now what I have to make sure I do is not, or I should say not do, is stitch this into my book. Jane, you're back. I know, it was a fun blessing. We were, Jane, you know us, we were squealing and a hollering. And Jane, if you had to guess, who was screaming and hollering the most out of us three girls? She knows. She knows. All right, so let me take. This is not the best. I'm looking for. Oh, I was looking for one of my palette. Oh, maybe this one. Maybe this will work. Now, normally, see this catalog of mine is kind of broken down from using it on a lot of projects. So I really need to get another one because you want it to be tighter. My spine is kind of busted down. So I'm just going to line this up, and I'm going to take something. Normally I would use a palette knife, and you really want to push this down and get in the crack of that book as best as you can so you can get a good stab. So I'm getting out my pokey tool. Now I'm doing 5, and I'm going to do kind of a pamphlet stitch, and I say that because I'm not going to start in the center. I was listening to Carol from the Magical Touch Studio on Saturday, and I think it was right before she was going off, maybe. And she said, you know, where you start to stitch, that's where you should come out. And I want to come out at the top because I want to hang dangles, and I want my dangles at the top. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do. Not sure how that's going to go because my mind doesn't work. So I did a test run. Hoping that when I do it here on camera, and if some of these pages aren't exactly right, you know what? This is for me, and it will just, as I recently told myself, add to the charm, right? It's gonna add to the charm. I mean, this book is gonna be so chubby and so cute. Might have need a little bit of a wiggle to get those all in the book to get, you know, stitched in, but I'm going to do it. I might have to come back in on some of these pages and add some bubbles, some fiddle ferns, and some stitches. So what else is everybody up to? My granddaughter and my daughter took a nature walk yesterday morning before we went to the park. And Charlotte, that's my granddaughter, she said she gathered up some leaves. She wanted leaves, so she gathered up some leaves. And she did a leaf rubbing. I think she did that with her other grandma. So she's been doing some of that at home. So we tried to do a little bit of that yesterday, but my paper was kind of thick. Gail said, well, it's not what I would choose every day, but these days trying to get anything is so oh, you should, yeah, get in the microwave. Yeah. Okay. All right, I'm going to have a little sip of my water. Angie is back. How was that meal, Ange? All right, now this is the fiddly part. So I've got my holes punched. So I don't need my catalog anymore. Now I'm going to get my fabric and my fabric scissors. And now the thing of it is, I know that I could cut this and stitch it and have this fringe on both ends, but I don't know that I want to do that. I think I just want to cut one piece. It was okay, not Mexican food. And you're getting spoiled. All right, so let me, for a moment here, let me just put my pages aside. See, there's a lot of fabric here. And I really can't, I mean, I personally cannot tell. You know what I might do? Yeah, you missed the pokey tool. I think so too, Gail. I've been so excited about this for so long, and I've just been putting it off and putting it off. I'm a little nervous about messing it up. But I'm thinking, what if I plan for it to be this way? If I plan for it to be this way, well, like I want this to be the top. And then this will come, oh, I'm not in camera. This will come up this way, right? So then what if I cut it the way I want it, and then I cut off a piece of this edging, and I can just sew it, just sew the edging on the other end. That might work, huh? And like I said, I want to leave enough fabric so that it's, because, you know, when I go in here and do whatever, you know, glue stuff on, tape stuff in, and the pages start to get thicker, it's going to get chubbier. So I want to be able to maybe wrap it, you know, if I choose to, because I can always tuck it in. Yeah, that's an idea too, Gail. But then then I have well, first of all, I'd have to unearth my sew machine. You should feel it, Janet. Oh, I wish you could feel it. It's real soft and kind of fuzzy on the one side. If I do that and stitch it down the back, then I'll be stitching my binding in through those stitched pieces. So I'm not sure I want to do that, although that's a very good suggestion. I'm thinking if I do it this way and then I bring it over, I can just cut off a piece of this trim and just stitch it on and kind of make it, and that'll be maybe it'll be a little heavier and kind of be like an edged flap. Of course, my edges down here are going to be raw. I probably should zigzag those. So I'm just thinking, it's not, it wouldn't be too hard to unearth my sew machine. The harder part is pulling out the thread that will match. because it's always easier to sew it before you stitch it together, right? So let me cut it first. I'm very nervous about cutting it correctly. And this is upholstery fabric. I think it would be hard for you to make a bowl out of this. It's real thick. It's real thick and weighty. So I think I want to trim some off of this end here because it's already, I mean, it is fraying, which I don't mind the fraying part. I just don't want it to fray away, if you will. Measure one. Oh, measure twice, cut once. Yes, ma'am. Okay, so let's do that. And then, yes, good advice. My dad always said that. Hey, Vanessa. Hi. Nice to see you. Okay, so let's just take one page. And I've got my Timmy mat underneath here, so it's got a ruler at the bottom. So I'm just measuring here. So this page is 10 inches. 10 inches by 7. So I think I want it's 10 by 7. So I think I want, oh, what are you working on, Vanessa? I don't want a lot of extra the 7 way. So I think I'm going to say 7.5. And then I want to have some to flap over. So what's a good flap over? Like 5 inches? Do you think like 15 by 7.5? Is that a good flap over? I mean, you never really know, right? If I have the extra fabric, I measure 6 times and I still cut wrong. See, I wasn't going to say that, but see, that's me. Okay. Video starts. Oh, good girl. I should do that too, Vanessa. I just have no idea what I'm doing with that stuff. Okay, so I think I might go 15. Don't forget to think of the gaitering to have the flap. Oh, that's very sweet, Vanessa. I just don't even know where to begin. Maybe I'll give you a little shout and see if we could maybe set up a time to discuss. I have no idea what I'm doing. You know, they talk about end cards and all that stuff. I'm clueless. Okay, so I'm not sure I'm understanding you, Rebecca. Don't forget to think of the gaitering to have to flap. Okay, that would be great, Vanessa. I'll make it a journal cover, Ange. This is one of my pages. All right, so I think, sometimes you just have to, if it gaiters, you might want the flap to be long enough to cover it. Yeah, see, I don't know the term gaiters. If it gaiters. Huh, never heard that. I'm thinking about an old alligator in a swamp. I'm really not a sewer, if that's a sewing term. I'm really not a sewer. Oh, you mean like an alligator mouth? If it gets, yes, ma'am. That's what I'm, yeah, gotcha. Okay. It just clicked in. Yes, that's why I want to make it 15. So I gotcha. You mean, so when the book goes like that. Yeah. I was thinking 5 because I could always trim it off, right? Or tack it under. You're talking about an alligator mouth. I got you now. See, it takes me a little while, but eventually The brain kicks in. All right, so I want it to be, and I'm going to give myself a little bit of room here on the end because I might want to straighten up that edge. So I want it to be, you know, this way, 7, like this way. And I want to give myself to trim. So I'm just going to make a little cut here. And then I'm going to measure down 15 inches. Maybe I'll do 16 to give myself a little wiggle room there to straighten it out. Thanks, Gail. Okay, so I'm going to get out the... See, and I'm a fly by the seat of your pants thing. I'm not a real good measure person. I don't have anything against rulers. I just really don't know how to use them. And I don't have that kind of a brain. So okay, so let's do that. Make a pattern. Oh no, that's just too long and drawn out for me, my dear Beth. No, 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 no. That's not a Lori thing. Actually, Lori likes to rip and tear fabric rather than even measure. Okay, so of course I got a cup of coffee sitting over here that's gotten cold that I don't want to dip my fabric in. All right, now I have a really nice wooden roller that's 18 inches. So let's flip it around this way. And I'm going to do 15 from my little edging. And I've got my Stabilo's All pencil here. I'm going to make a couple of marks. So here's 15. Oh, I said I was going to do 16. Here's 16. Now I've got that yucky stuff on my fabric. And 16. And I'm just coming over to my little sliced area here. 16. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. See that? I mean, it just looks crooked to me, and I measured. But it's a journal, you know. It's not gonna be, you know, a dress that an important person's gonna wear. All right, so let's do that cut first. I mean, look at all this fabric. Okay. Now, while I'm doing this, I'm thinking in my head, where's my thread? Where are my threads? Because I'm still not quite finished cleaning up my work area. Beth thought she was using a professional. It is professional. Now, this is the way we're going to go about it, okay? So when I cut this and I wrap it around my pages and it's not right, I can just use it for other pages that are smaller. So I'm going to get this, and I'm just going to make a little bit of a line for myself. Let's see this. See, that's not going to be quite, because I gave myself, okay, we're eyeballing this. It's hard in this small space to work with this big area. Oh, okay, Vanessa. I'm just Paint Girly at Gmail. And that's Pantgrlee. And that's how I am on, that's what I'm on Instagram as well, if that works. All right, so let's just with my crooked eye make a little bit of a line. So then I can get rid of the bulk here. It's looking hopeful, sort of. Thanks, Beth. Okay, so we're going to put this chunka aside. Roll her up in its spot. I mean, both sides really look good. Love you too. Oh, okay, Vanessa. It's Paint Girly. It's one word. And it's Pant, just like my YouTube channel, Girlee. Yep. You're welcome. So what I think I'll do is I'm going to look for some thread and I'm going to zigzag, and then I can trim this up if I want, but I've just got a little bit of an overhang. You know, I think I might want to trim a little bit of that off. And then I'm going to get a little piece of my fringe here. Now, see, this is what I was thinking. So I got plenty here. And then if it gators, you know, I've got all this, right? And then this was my original thought, to use these somehow to decorate on top of it. You know, these two might just be enough. See, I like this piece, but see, this has got two different sides. It's kind of cool looking. And I'm going to have dangles coming out the top. So maybe a piece there. Oh, see, this is even different. Oh, that's kind of cool. Maybe I need a piece of this on my flap. No, I would want it this way, wouldn't I? I don't know. See, sometimes you just need a little more time to think about stuff. But see, I can always glue this on with Fabri-Tac. You know, get a big button. I know, right, Beth? I'm going to dangle it up for sure. I mean, I can't tell you. I wish we had feel-o-vision so you could feel this and see it in person. But now, see, I'm thinking, this is the flatter side. I think I want it this way. So that velvety, fluffy goodness is on the outside. Right? And I could cut a piece of this and add that in there. See, I got a mark there. I think that's where I put the Stabilo. so I could bring that over. And then you can always add to it, right? As you're going along and working on pages, you can just add. Okay, so, all right, so let me entertain you and we'll have a real good time. Yes, sir. Woo! I just knocked over a crocheting needle. Okay, let's see here. So on my sewing machine, I have orange thread. Not going to use orange. So I got some spools. So I just need to find a light color top thread. So let me move a few things. I've got Elvis Presley sitting here. I've got to move him. And a couple other little things. Little baby scissors. I've got bugs. All right. Let's take this out. And see, I'm still trying to find homes for things. So that's why I've got a little bit of a mess here next to my sewing machine. Now, a lot of other times they'll be like, whatever, I'll use whatever thread, but I want this to look, I guess it could go with gray. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this is like a cream and a gray. All right, so there's my orange thread. Now, I do see a sewing box, so fingers crossed that when I go over there, I can find a light gray or cream colored, because it won't take long to, zigzag those stitches down each side. And I'm really just doing it to, I think this will work. I don't want it to totally fray. So I found this light gray. Barbara's going to get cereal. Ooh, that sounds good. I don't think I had lunch. I don't know why I decided to, well, it doesn't matter. Stream at 11:30. It's like, hello, when are you going to eat? All right, so let's see here. This is not a match, but I think it will do. It's not that far off. There's another gray. It's a little darker. I'm going to go with a little lighter. A little lighter. Oh, I've dropped something in my coffee. What a shock. My mouth is dry too, Ange. Have a little drink. Have a little bit of water. A little water. Okay, now put that aside. Oh, look at this button. Hold on, this isn't purple. Look. Yeah, I think it looks like a warm gray. Oh my gosh. It's just silly to be this excited about this. Oh, see, this is a heavier gray. This almost feels like what I would call like a button thread. I'm not sure that's going to work in my machine. Let me see what else I got here. See, the darker one's more of a regular thread weight. I'm not really even going to see that. Worst case scenario, I pick it out, right? Pick it out. All right, let's load it up. We're loading up the machine. And what did I do with my, oh, here it is. Oh, good grief, I just dropped it. I forgot the dropsies. Hold on. Hold on. So I was trying to think of some other projects I have that I need to finish. I know I have more than just the few I did today. And then earlier this morning, I was starting to get ready, put the computer on, and I was expecting Anne, to be on, Anne Lahr. And she was. I mean, she came on around 9 or so. But before that, Juanita was on. I didn't realize Juanita streamed. So I popped in there. Boy, she knows a lot of stuff. She knows a lot of stuff about fiber. Man, she is amazing, really. So I was there and chatting for a while there. And learned a few things for sure. And when I first tuned in, she was working on crocheting. It looked like a blanket. And she was going a humming. I mean, she was talking and conversing with us, checking chat. The whole time, her little hands were going like crazy with that crochet hook. I mean, she was flying. When I do any of that stuff, I mean, I can have the TV on, but I've got to have my pattern right there. And all right, I got to find my cord. And I have to somewhat pay attention. I mean, she reminded me of my girlfriend Kathy that knits. Her fingers were flying. Okay, let me plug this in so I have a little bit of light here to see. To get my thread and my needle. Okay, so I'm going to zigzag the edges. And then I'm going to cut a little piece of that fabric edge off, which kind of just looks like a little trim. Looks like a little trim to me. And I'm just going to cut it. Okay, Juanita, not familiar. Yes, She Spins is her name. We know her as She Spins when she comes into chat. Oh, well, maybe found something. Yes. Beth and I were in there. She knows a lot of stuff, right, Beth? Whew, girls. Okay. So I'm just going to do my quick. I'm going to set it on maybe like 3. Not that that means anything to anybody. And away we go. And I don't really even expect to see this. It's just going to be like a stopper for the frame. Avalanche. I'm pushing my fabric. And I knocked something over. I have my sewing machine on a separate little table sitting to the left of me, which, is great because I can leave it set up all the time. But I tend to, I'm a stacker. I tend to stack things. And I had something stacked and I gave it a little zhuzh. Yay, he found a micro. Okay, great. At Walmart. Wonderful. Cool. Good job, hubby. Okay, so like you really can't even see it, which is fine. All right, now I'm going to do the other side. And then I'm thinking maybe I should stitch on my trim. I have other trim that's bigger and heavier, but it's really, I think it's too dark and maybe too heavy. I might pull that out just to see though before I go and snip my big piece of fabric. All right, let me do this. Let me do this side. I even think I know where that trim is. Wouldn't that be something? That would be something indeed. And I always put my scissors, oh good grief, out of place. And I just drop them. And they're little. They're little. All right. Now that edge seems pretty straight to me. I might just leave it go at that. And then if that does fray down, then I can just trim it, and that might even be easier. In Wally World, we purchased an electric knife in April. Only had one brand, but came home and found that online it was the best all around. Wow. How about that? Cool. Cool. That's Kewl. Cool. All right. I've got to watch that I don't knock myself cattywampus with all my cords that I have plugged in. And oh, look at this I found. Oh, see, I'm busy staring at other things. Oh, I'm just so precious. Sure you are. Could have sworn I just saw it. I did. Yeah, I think this might be too dark, but let's just see. And it's really heavy. Really heavy. Oh. Okay, look at that. I just found that. might like to have one of those on my... I think I just got something at Keisha's Market too. That might even be better. Look how cute that is. That might look cute, right? On the front. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, see, that's too heavy, right? Right, girls? Yeah, I don't like that. It's too overpowering. Boy, when am I ever going to use that on? I mean, that is one thick trim. Look, it's like all woven in itself. Huh. That's kind of interesting. You're a shorty, huh? How about that? Oh, I might like that better if I take it apart. Not for this project, but for something else. I'll have to investigate that while I'm watching TV. All right, so now I need a piece of the edge. Come on, come on. And let's measure this. I'm going to measure. Should be right around 7, but I made it a little longer. And I think, I don't know, I think I'm not going to bother to trim it. So let's do 8.5. 8.5. 5'2", eyes of blue, do, 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 do. See, I don't remember all those words. Has anybody seen my gal? Five foot 2. That was bright. I put the ruler back. Eyes of blue. You got eyes of blue, Ange? Oops, sorry. Whack the camera. Do, 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 do. Has anybody seen my gal? I'm gonna cut it a little bit longer. My ruler's not wanting to get back in his designated spot. And for some reason, I feel better cutting with the stuff to the left and like skizzles to the right. Left, right, left, right. Has anybody seen my gal? Gosh, that's an oldie. I remember singing that when I was a kid. Have to. Might need a piece of lace down there too. We're getting more involved. More involved. Has anybody seen my gal? Do, 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 do. Some of the stuff I have is really wide. It's very pretty, but it's very wide. I guess I could be cutting it. Let's see what I got in this goodie bag. Sent some stuff to the market, and then when I'm getting stuff together, I think, oh, that looks cute. Maybe I'll be having a little piece of it. Has anybody seen my gal? It's nice to have choices, though, if you have stuff in your stash. Is it not? I'm not caring for that so much. It smells so good sitting here. I chunked it. Okay, so who watched Shannon Green mentioned her, and then I watched her as well. Was this Joafi? She goes by Joey, and she was doing where she took a piece of like a digital that she had printed off, and she cut pieces of wax, crumbled them on, then flipped another piece of digital and ironed it, and it made it look real old and cool. And I guess she did some stamping, and then Shannon Green had watched her, and then she was replicating what Joie did. Is this Joie de Fille? Oh, you don't sub to her? Anywho, I had some candle left, and Joie was saying she puts hers in the freezer, and then they shrinks a little bit, and she can get it out of the. Oh, I don't know that mine shrunk, but I could chip it, and oh my gosh, it really came out of that jar very nicely. Okay, I think I like that. All right, but now I want to thank Joie. Yeah, okay. I'm trying to think ahead, girls. I think I want a piece of this to come out from here. Maybe I could just put a button there. That might be cool. Maybe just a big old button. That might look better, right? I'm just trying to think if I'm going to stitch anything down to get everything in place beforehand, right? Instead of saying, oh, I should have done that. Did you get that lace at Keisha's? I must have been napping when that was on. No, this is mine. I sent it to Keisha. This one here, honey, this little one. I sent this to Keisha, and I kept one for myself. Okay, I think that will work nicely without dredging through a bunch of. Now we shall get out the little, I guess it's supposed to be strawberry. A little strawberry, which, looks like a tomato. And I'm going to pin. If I pin it this way, and then do that, but if I do it the other way, then it's hidden. Bum, 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 bum. I think I like the way that looks better. Let's give that a go. It's a tomato, you say? But see, my other one, this is definitely a strawberry. They're supposed to be strawberries, I believe. This one's missing the little strawberry. See, it's got the string, but the little strawberry's gone. I don't know. As they say, perhaps it's in the eye of the beholder. Bum, 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 beep, beep. And I'm going to have that song in my head all stinking day. No, it's a pain cushion. A pain cushion. I cannot understand Keisha when she says the word pin. I know, I'm pinning this the wrong way. Yes, a strawberry full of sand to sharpen your needle. And then I'm going to go back and pin it the other way, so it's not as fiddly. Not as fiddly. Now I've decided to use, no, I'm not catching that. I got to make sure I catch that edge. I'm going to use a waxed linen to stitch my pages in, and I'm using like an eggplant color because I like it. And it kind of goes with the purple and the green in this other fabric. All right, so now see, everything my husband says, I can hear him. Okay, Barbara says, crisis question. LOL. Will a glue gun be okay to use to glue back 2 pieces of ceramic jewelry? I so dislike super glue or E6 billion and a half. I don't think it's the best option. I think you need to suck it up and use your E6000. That's just my personal preference. Because hot glue, I mean, if it gets cold, it's going to come apart. You know, it can snap off, especially adhering to ceramic and jewelry. If it gets warm, it's going to slide. I don't know. You don't have to use that much, right? Just put a little bit out and use like a toothpick or something to just apply a little bit. Because once you put that stuff on, baby, it ain't going nowhere else. That's just me. What do the other girls think? Angie says Keisha cracks me up. Just shake my head and laughing your butt off at her. I know. Some of her little. You never watched Schwa? Is that what you're saying, Gail? Or Shannon Green? That was silly, Lori. All right, I'm pinning these kind of on an angle. Girls, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing. Oh, Keisha. Oh, she cracks. She doesn't really have a southern drawl, but she's got a definite accent of some kind. And it's hard to figure out what she's saying sometimes. Yeah, I love my hot glue, but I wouldn't use it for that. She used to do, she used to come on and craft, and we could craft with her and do little, she used to have card kits, and she's a busy lady these days, so she really doesn't do much of that these days. That's Keisha I'm talking about. She makes a nice journal, tags and stuff like that. She's got some talent, that girl. She's got some talent. Okay. I think we could hear a pin drop. All right, I'm just going to check the flip side. And I'm going to straight stitch this. All right, I'm going in. New micro. Cool, baby, cool. Or hot, baby, hot. Warm, baby, warm. I just hope most of what I have sitting on this table doesn't go flipping off the backside, off the cliff. Okay. My foot pedal comes loose. I don't know how that does that. I mean, there's a little knob there. It screws on. How does that? I don't even sew that much. I mean, how does that happen? All right, I got to change my stitch back to straight stitch. I always forget to do that. And here we go. I always catch the thread and it drags along and I think, oh my gosh, what am I doing? I got a problem. And it's okay. Sometimes I'm stitching in the bobbin. I didn't catch it there. That'll be all right, I think. Be all right. It'll be all right. All right. No, I don't remember that, Ange. Okay, let's see. Hopefully I caught all the spaces I needed to catch. Mitzi, hello, Mitz. Nice to see you. Okay, look at there. I didn't catch that at all. All right, so I'm going, you know what? I might use my fabric tack on that. I didn't have that pulled up enough. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the place to tune in where you can learn live what not to do when you're crafting. Da 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 da, don't do this. Da 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 da, don't do that. All right, this is what I was thinking the other day. Now you're really gonna see how crazy I. When people started coming in, I was gonna say, "Hello, Barbara. Hello, Angie. Hello, Mitzi. Hello, Gail," and make up a song. Does anybody, Barb? Do you know this song? Hello, Mother. Hello, Father. Here I am at Camp Granada. How old am I? How old am I? I don't know. Maybe I'll restitch this real quick. I feel like I'm not paying attention to you. Does anybody remember that Camp Granada song? My dad thought that was such a funny song. And he had that, that New York. Here I am at Camp Granada. Hello, Mother. Hello, Father. Here I am at Camp Granada. All right, let's see if I can just grab that little edge. Because in the lace, you really can't see it. It's blending in very well. I might have gone a little rogue there. I got off the mark. Got off my mark a bit. Okay, now I'm going to try to get this stitched in. Pam, you remember? Silly, silly, silly songs. Okay, that's better. That's better than butter right there. Better than butter. All right. I'm going to snip off that edge down there. So I want this to be my flap over. I do believe. That's kind of rough, but that's okay. All right, pages. Exit, stage right. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Now I'm going to go around singing that. Thank you. It's paybacks, Ange. What did Mitzi say? I missed it. Some of us are seasoned babies. Where's my niece? I gotta find my niece. What did Mitch say? Inquiring minds. Oh, why doesn't this look like it goes back? Okay, I love that song. I don't see what Mitch said. Hi there. Sometimes I'll walk around the house singing, I know, right, Pam? That's me. Oh, you do it to rile up your kids? My kids, they didn't care. They didn't care. My son-in-law, I sent a message yesterday. We were trying to work out things to go and spend the day with our daughter and her family, right? And Mitzi said she has the album. That is crazy cool. Okay. So I've got my stitches there. So I think I'm just going to leave well enough alone, right? So once I start adding other stuff on, so I sent a voice, as my bonus son would say, I sent a voice note to my daughter because I was asking them that she said, meet us at the park. You can meet us at the park. Once you hit the bypass, call us, well, she didn't even say that part yet. She said, we'll meet you at the park. We're going to pack lunch. I said, okay, fine. And I said, I need the name and the address of the park. So she says, Tyler State Park. Well, my goodness. I know that park. All she had to say is we're going to go to Tyler State Park. I don't know why she would say. Anyway, I left a voice note that said, I know that park. I grew up. I know that park. The question is, it's a big park. How are we going to know where to find you? Okay. And then my son-in-law messages back and says, you are one weird individual. I said, well, hello. Like, is this new? Is this new information? No. Okay, so here's my purple. And then my daughter wrote back and said, yeah, Captain Obvious here. All right, I know I'm going to have way too much, but I'd rather have more than be short. I'm just doing a simple pamphlet stitch, I hope. Now, this does not gel in my mind. But Carol said if you go in one spot, that's where you're going to come out. So I'm just going to go by that. So I'm picking out a needle that's got a sharp point. And you probably have an album with, are they all big albums or do you have 45s? I used to listen to one that had the song Maresy Dotes and Dozy Dotes. You probably have that one too, Mitz. All right, so I'm going to start at the top because I want to have dangles. So I want to start from the outside edge in. And I didn't punch the fabric because it's fabric, right? My pages are upside down. Oh, jeez. I don't want to put those in wrong. So we'll get those right side up. Oh, don't tell me. I twisted all my sections. Oh, wow, Mitz. Okay, so this was the one I had off to Mitch. Can you believe I did this, girls? All right, good thing I checked. So now I have to go. These are all upside downers. Upside down, upside down, upside down. Of course, I don't know where that's upside down. That's bent. Upside down. I know I did this in sections. Maybe it's just that last section that I put in. Wouldn't that be cool? Here we go. That one is upside down. This one's right side up. Right side up. Oh, good grief. What did I do? Then my holes aren't going to match either, right? Again, what not to do. Oh, man, I like to be down in there rummaging around. Woo! All right, so these have to be turned this way. So this page goes on this way. Well, what did I say? I was in a chat. Oh, gosh, of course, this is several years ago now. And I said I'm 33. I put that in, and people started to say, oh, you're only 33. And then I came in with bump times 2. All right, I just need to take a moment and check these pages. I know I have one that I think I just didn't want to pull it out because it's upside down. But I like the page, so was just going to use it upside down. But the rest of these, I want right side up. Might be this one. Because that's right. That's okay. This one. I know this is probably tedious, but I want to make sure I have it right. Sorry. Okay. I love that leaf stamp. And my hearts are okay. Okay. So now I'm going to take a long needle that I have and try to find my first, because I didn't make that big of a hole. So I'm going to try to get in all these, just line it up. Just line them up. And then see how they look. See, some of these pages are so decorated already. It's hard to find. There we go. It's hard to find where I have punched the hole. I feel like I'm hanging wallpaper. Okay. Oh, thank you, Gail. Sorry about that. I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at the paper and not the edge of the needle. Don't be needling me. All right. Coming down the stretch here. Coming down the stretch. I forgot to check to see what time the Phillies are on. I think they're probably playing. Okay. Now, so this is where I want to go in. Got a little bit there. I think that's going to be okay. So now I have to go in here and try to find those, that same hole with the pages. See, I just wanted to kind of mark that spot on the fabric. Now, of course, the paper is not that thick, so I could really jam through anything, but I want to try to keep it where I have them already punched. More fun to watch than the Phillies. Well, thank you. That's very kind. But they're my boys. They're my boys. Okay, see, I missed my spot there. I'm just hoping that when I get this to where I'm ready to finish up and tie it off, I'm in the right spot. Because I got to tell you, this does not make sense to me. But I guess you can make anything work, right? Okay, so far so good. I thought some of my family might stop in. I invited my family to come in. We have a family feed going. My one niece is just told us she's expecting her third child. So we're all excited about that. And I thought, oh, I'll take advantage of that feed. I never really invited any of them to come into one of my lives. So somebody could be watching. They're just, shy. Yell says, the only sports I'm truly interested in watching these days is the women national soccer. Yeah, I couldn't get into soccer, even though I cheer for the Eagles, Mitzi. I cheer for the Phillies more because I like baseball better, but that's just me. My bonus son played soccer. I went and watched his games, but all right, let's just pull this through. I mean, a perfect afternoon for me is to sit in my comfy chair with a coloring book or a sketchbook or something in front of me, with my feet up, watching the Phillies. I just love it. I just love it. Oh, you played? Oh my gosh, girls. I had to do field hockey like for gym. Ugh, field hockey. Okay. It was horrible. All right. Those balls are like little things of wood. And wherever I was, I got hit with the ball. Ugh, awful. And I'm like, girls go out for this? For a sport? What are they, nuts? Well, like I said, I didn't like to run. No running. I was an indoor kid. Coloring or playing with Barbie dolls. That was my... See, now the hole, my hole should be over here. Oh, there it is. Now, see, I like track, but I like boys track. Hello. And I was a statistician. I guess that's what you call me. Excuse me, I just gulped. So I was part of the team. That was fun. I was like the gopher. This is really going slow. I'm really having a hard time finding those. I think it might be a little easier once I get my needle in the bottom hole. I'm twirling. Oh, you did? Oh my gosh, that ball is humongous. We tried to get our kids interested in soccer. Not good. Well, our son's ADD. Of course, then he was ADHD. And they put him in as goalie. I mean, he didn't know what he was doing. He didn't have any training or anything. And he'd be in there in the net, chewing on the string of his sweatshirt, yelling to me on the sidelines, "Hey, Mom, what do they got in the snack stand? Hey, Peg. Peggy's back. Oh my gosh, Peggy, you put me to shame. Girl, it's Sunday. As far as I'm concerned, you can have the whole week off, Peggy. Okay, so I'm hoping once I pull this, it's going to tighten it up. So needless to say, we didn't do soccer long. We made them finish out the season, you know. Oh, that's nice, Ange. That's a nice memory. Maybe if I had a brother, we might have been more interested in sports, but we were on the drill team. My sister Jackie was a cheerleader. Oh, Peggy has a routine. Good for you, Peggy. I don't do none of it. Oh my gosh, my sisters and I were laughing so hard. Our youngest sister Jackie said, "Okay, Nancy, what's your day like? Like, what do you do?" And Nancy starts describing her. We were crying. We were laughing so hard. Okay. I wanted to be a cheerleader, but I never made the cut. And then her husband gently said to her one time, well, maybe if you just did a little bit each day. We were laughing, we were crying. Ah. Oh, probably not. You have 8 brothers and you're not really interested in sports. Hey, Teresa, how are you? Nice to see you. Oh, Judy's still here. She's got a lot of siblings too. I'm the oldest. Me too, Gail. I'm the oldest, so I was allowed to try out. Oh, you weren't allowed to try out. I ticked you off. Oh, I know that's a bummer. Eight brothers and 4 sisters. Oh, that's amazing to me. I can't imagine. See, that sounds really cool to me, actually. Okay, so the hard part for me here is going to be once I get these pages threaded on, I've got to line it up because, see, I didn't punch the holes into my fabric because it's fabric. So I don't want it to really be cattywampus. You're the oldest, Ange? Well, I would have never thought that, Ange. I thought you were the baby. How about that? How about that? Okay, something's got to give here. I got double. All right, there we go. Got to pull the thread. Maybe, oh gosh, I hope I have enough thread. In high school, Peggy dated a guy with 12 siblings. Oh my goodness, I guess. Really, at Christmas time, I guess, really. Woo! Well, maybe they didn't celebrate Christmas. Okay, here we go. Okay, so now I'm going to flip this over. So I've got this here. I want to line this up as best I can. I probably can pull this a little bit more. 56, 55, and 54. Oh, goodness, you're all close. Oh, you do, Pam? Oh, that's wonderful. I would like to have more than 2 kids. I started late, and my husband's really not the temperament to have. Our son was a handful, too. He's a lot of motion. A lot of motion. Okay. I would like to have had 4. That would have been my choice. Okay. So, ooh. It doesn't look like that's going to line up very good, does it? That's going to be crooked. That looks better. All right, let's just see. I can always back it out. That might be okay. I mean, I really can't imagine having more than 1 boy. Okay, Teresa. Peggy's husband had 9 siblings, and his mother lost 3. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Gail said, I used to love to visit my aunt and uncle's house. They raised 10 kids. I'm so close to most of those cousins. That's wonderful. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm sure it does have its challenges, but then what doesn't, right? It'd be a worthwhile challenge to me. To me? All right, so I did a test thing here. So I went in the top, then I went to the bottom, then I went to the next one under. This ought to be interesting. Let's see if I can. I don't know if I can find it from this side. I might have to do my little cheat here and poke through with this. I'm sure there's an easier way to do this. And I think it would be easier. Oh, I love that movie, Judy. Here's Mine and Ours. And I especially love Tim Matheson. Okay, just saying. He still looks good. That's not working. That needle's really kind of thin. If I wiggle and a walk and a jiggle and a talk. Oh, that's what I was thinking the other day. Chantilly lace. Chantilly lace and a pretty face. Pretty. Oh, I can't see. Down. Oh, it is? I haven't seen that in years. Yeah, I guess, I don't know. My kids are 14 months apart. I guess that's not considered Irish twins. And that was intentional on our part because I was hoping to have another, at least one more child. But like I said, we were older. Our son was a handful, so Hubby said, yeah, I don't think so. So that be that. I prayed many years for an accident. But. Okay, I'm just trying to find the spot so I can get in my other needle to kind of mark. X marks the spot with a circle and a dot. My son was well then he's a blessing, Gail. Aw, Judy. I once Yes, I imagine you do. Life is tough. Okay, I should have other glasses on for this. Just not hitting that spot. I got to be able to come in from the back side here. Oh my goodness. Now I got it jammed in there. Have you confused yet? Oh gosh, thank goodness Marty's not here. Now my hand's going to be cramping. All right. I told you I shouldn't rename this. So what not to do? I've got to be able to get in that spot. Oh, you know what, girls? I wonder if maybe not. I was thinking if I took my awl. His name was Logan. Oh, that's a sweet name. And he did not get to be in this world. Aw. Yes. That's an amazing promise. We will see him again. And what a glorious day. Okay. So this is my... Oh gosh, guys, I really whacked the camera that time. I am so sorry. All right, let's straighten this up. And let me see, I have a bigger awl here rather than my pokey tool. I don't really want to use that because I don't want to make my holes in my pages too terribly big. But I'm wondering if this will just be enough to make that fabric, you know, make a hole there where I can see where I can get my needle in. Because sometimes the fibers close back up. Let's see if I can do it here. Ooh. Camera earthquake. By George, I think I've got it. I don't have much grip in my fingers. Let's see if I can grab my pair of pliers here. This helps me pull my needle through. There we go. All right, let's see. Oh, I think I'm really off. Although my pages look straight there. But see, this one's way over. Hon, you need me? It's straighter there.
I was just going to say I'm going to go to the pool.
Okay. I can rethread that and get that through my fabric. I gotta watch my time. Oh, it is almost 2. So much for, well, Tanya will be coming on. Tying up loose ends. I wanted to get this done. Okay, so then I have another hole down here. Let's see if I can wiggle. I have no idea where I got this pokey tool, but I love it. He's already gone. He's so quick. He startles me all the time. He's got a very strong voice, too, and he'll come in and just start talking. I about jump out of my skin. Like, you gotta stop doing that. See, this is why it's better to have those holes in your spine. So maybe what I should have done, maybe what I should do, let's just see how this goes. I could have put a piece of, say, like, interfacing, or a piece of something to stiffen up this part of the spine just a little bit. And then I could have poked my holes, and then it probably would have held, and that might have made this process, you know, a nicer finish and then easier to finish. But I didn't do it. So let's see. All right. Because if this gets real crooked and not right, I'm going to do it over. Because I am so looking forward to this being a certain way. And it's just, you know, thread, right? And I can pull it out. It's just fabric. It's not like I have 1,200 holes here. Made myself a little knot. Yeah, see, I've got that crooked. Yeah, my cover's crooked. So I think what I'm going to do, girls, is just do what I just said. I think I'm going to take this apart, and I'm going to put some kind of a binding on the inside. I could even do a piece of paper, really, if I wanted to, right? And make sure that that's straight. And then I'll put my shoulda, woulda, coulda, and let that dry. I can use my Fabri-Tac and let that dry, and then I can put my guide that I punched my paper holes with. Right? Oh, thank you, Barbara. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so how many folks are here? I see 20 of us still here. I had shared some birthday things earlier that I received, and one was stitched stamps, and I have these that I don't need both sets, so I'm going to give this away. All right, and a few of you, Gail and Aunt Back won my last stream giveaway. Hey, Brenda. So I was called away yesterday. We went and spent time with our grandkids, right? So I'm going to send bugs to those two gals, which has nothing to do with today. And these, I used them a couple of times. There's nothing wrong with them, but I just don't need two sets. And I wanted the other set. So there you have it. So, Barbara, when you're ready, if you would put in a go. And if you're lurking, come on out, come out, wherever you are. Okay, this is real lightweight, so I can send this international too. All right. I don't know that. Yeah, okay, honey. Same time? Yes. Okay. Um, so is Janet Nash still here? Let's do 1 to 50. We're going to do 1 to 50, Vanessa. So put in, let's take that 55 out. 1 to 50. Did I say 1 to 100? It's too many. Let's do 1 to 50. Oh my gosh, 3 of you had 55. And I don't know if Janet's still here because it's late for her, right? 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, maybe she's still watching. Okay, thanks, Barbara. So we'll let that y'all come on in, put in a number. Y'all come on in. Christine G, hello. Nice to see you. All right, now, gotta find my phone. Gotta find my phony baloney. I wonder if my girlfriend Jane would like to be in that. I don't know if she's still here. Jane, are you here? Okay, Tanya just popped on. It's only 1 through 50, so 58's not going to do anybody any good. So if you have a 58, put in 1 to 50. Come on, girls. Come on, girls. Okay, so I'm going to do random.org. And I do, the first one closest to without going over. Oh my gosh, don't tell me my server's not. My server has to be working. I'm online. These are trying times. There we go. All right, it's automatically set up for 100, but I'm putting in 1 to 50. Anybody else want in? Anybody else want in? Ding, 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 ding. Hey, Sherry, hi. Ding, 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 ding. 1 through 50. 1 through 50. Dun, 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 boom, boom. All right, let's put in a stop. Good luck, everyone. I'm going to wait for the stop because there's a little bit of a lag, a little lag wag. and I'll get those bugs out this week. Stop in the name of love. We should make a list of all the songs that come to our minds during a stream. That's just amazing to me. All right, so here we have the random generator 1 through 50. Is it blurry? It is blurry. Let's see if. All right, I'm going to generate. Hold on. Here we go. Oh my gosh. 36. The other day it was, 38 and 39. That's crazy to me. Okay, so let's see. Who be getting it? Who be getting it? I always go back too far. 24. I see Pam has 33. 36 for Janet Nash. Right on the nose. Anybody else got 36? She's first as far as I see. Can my Judy confirms. Okay, so Janet Nash is our winner. Winner chicken dinner. Right? Excellent. I shall send this to dear Janet. All right, ladies. Hey, thanks so much for being with me. I'm going to work this out and get it right because I just want it right. I'm fussy about this art stuff. So let's put Janet's name on here. I don't think I'll forget, but I'm just going to put it on anyway. And I'm pretty sure I have her address. All right, so I've got bugs to go, and this will go to Janet. Congrats, congrats. Thanks for being here. I see Tanya did pop on, so if you have the time and you can, pop on over and see what she's up to. It was nice having you all here today. I appreciate it so very much. I got a few things done. I'm going to grab a little something to eat, and then I'm going to work this out. Look, I bent my pages. Gosh, I make myself crazy sometimes. All right, girls. We'll see you soon. Have a great rest of your day, and I shall see you next time. Thanks again for joining me, and don't forget, take time to be creative and enjoy the journey. Bye-bye. Thanks, Peggy. Thanks, Barbara.